yeah, 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 yeah. Mag-umaga na naman.
Good afternoon, good morning. So I'm Sir JM, your teacher for today. So I will be using this kind of teaching, so video presentation. Okay, let's start. So last time we talked about civil society, and also we discussed them one by one. And for their example, tignan natin kung ano yung mga pinag-usapan natin. What are the civil society? So, number one, we have charity groups. So, ano yung mga yun? So, of course, the next example, correct, na Bantay Bata 163. Okay? Next, how about another type of group? Okay, very good, is the non-government organization or the NGO. So can you give me an example of NGO? Okay, very good. Philippine Task Force for Indigenous People Rights. That's correct. Another one, type of civil society. Okay, very good. The community groups. Okay, the community groups, can you give an example of a community group? Okay, Philippine Animal Welfare Society or POS. That's correct. Next, we have women's organization. Can you give me an example of a women organization? Okay, correct. That is Gabriela. So, we all know what is Gabriela is. Lefties. Next is faith-based organization. Can you give me an example of faith-based organization? Okay, very good. YMCA. When I was in college, I was a member of YMCA. Next, we have the professional association. Okay, so we have, for example, an example of professional association. Anyone? Okay, very good. It is the Philippine Nurses Association. So we have different types of association from professional. Next is trade union. Can you give me an example of trade union? So very good. Trade Union Congress of the Philippines. How about the social movement? Can you give me an example? Okay, social movement. We already tackled that last time. So very good. This is people power. Very good. Next, coalition and advocacy groups. We have. I never felt this way. Can you give me an example? Okay, very good. Like Gabriela, it's a political party. Okay, next, since we have already mastered our last lesson about social groups, I have here some pictures. So can you guess what are in the picture? Anyone? So what are in the picture? So what are in the picture, class? What can you say about the picture? So good, I love you, so bad. Anyone? So bad, oh my heart is so good, I love you, so bad, so bad. Okay, very good. That is citizenship. So thank you for that, for giving us the correct answer, the citizenship. This picture gives us clearly the word citizenship. Okay, so we will tackle about citizenship. Do you have any idea what is citizenship means? Anyone? So none. So we will go to citizenship. So citizenship is the position or status of being a citizen of a particular country. So ibig sabihin, citizenship is living in a country. you are legally living in a country. So that is citizenship. So before we start our lesson, we will be before we start our lesson about citizenship, I want you to search about this in the internet. So search the following. So in number one, I want you to research or search how many numbers of citizens residing here in city of Ilagan. So I want you to search also the dual citizens that resides here in city of Ilagan, and also the number of aliens visiting in the Philippines in the year 2019. So I will give you 5 minutes to finish your activity. Okay? So time starts now.
That you keep me up all night.
Eventually.
Okay, I know all of you are finished already. So we will be going to our next activity before we go to our lesson. Next activity is, so we have a situation here. In Palawan, there is 1,000 of Vietnamese citizens residing in the state a long time until now. On what reason why Vietnamese citizens migrated here? So the question is why lots of Vietnamese goes to Palawan. So what is the reason why? So I want you to explain. Okay? So I will give you another 5 minutes for that activity on one half sheet of paper. Okay, so you may start.
Eventually.
Okay, next.
I done told you before that it's
So
leave me alone. No, it's hurting you.
time's up. Next, we have, okay, next slide is, we have things to discuss. We will discuss what is, first of all, natural born citizen, meaning of an alien, citizen by birth, we have two, jus sanguini and jus loci, citizen by marriage and citizen by legislation. Of course, what are the qualifications for Philippine naturalization? So first of all, we have natural born citizen. Okay, natural born citizen, it says here that citizen of the Philippines from birth without having any act to acquire or perfect their Philippine citizenship. So it means if your birthing place is in the Philippines, it means you are already a citizen. You are a natural born. If you were born in the Philippines, you are a citizen already. So that is natural born citizen. The citizen is a Filipino without interruption through natural born citizen under the 1927 Constitution. So that is a natural born citizen. So how to become a natural born citizen here in the Philippines. So those born before January 17, 1973 of Filipino mothers who elect Philippine citizenship upon reaching the age of majority. So if you are born in January 17, 1973 and your mother is a Filipino and it is a Filipino citizen, you are natural born citizen. Next, those who elect Philippine citizen upon reaching the age of maturity.
Earthquake.
A citizen acquiring citizenship by election is not true natural born citizen from birth to the time he elects. He is an alien. So it means that if you are acquiring citizenship but you are not fully fledged a citizen of the Philippines, you are still an alien. So that is, so we have meaning of an alien. So we said that if alien is not from other planet, no. Meaning of an alien here, an alien in our law is from different countries. So, non-resident of a country, a citizen of a country other than one he or she is currently in. A A citizen of a country who is residing in or passing through another country, popularly called foreigner. So, okay, an alien, for example, if you're a Filipino citizen and you go to another country, you are already an alien or a foreigner because the country that you are in right now is not your country. Next, citizen by birth. There are two principles that govern citizenship by birth. So first is jus sanguinis. So what is jus sanguinis? Jus sanguinis is a blood relationship is the basis for acquisition of citizenship. The children follow the citizenship of their parents of one of them. The children of an unmarried Filipino woman with an alien father is a Filipino. So we will discuss the number one. The children follow the citizenship of their parents of one of them. So it means if your father and mother is a Filipino, so your citizenship is a Filipino. So when your mother is a Filipino and your father is a foreigner or an alien, you will be Filipino. Next is the child of an unmarried Filipino woman with an alien father. It means when your mother and when your parents, for example, your parents are not married, your father is a foreigner and your mother is a Filipino. So you will be following the citizenship of your mother. So that becomes your Filipino. Next, we have jus soli. Okay, we have the jus soli or jus loci. The place of birth serves as the basis of acquiring citizenship. So meaning in jus soli, if your birthing place is here in the Philippines, you are considered a Filipino. Or if your birthplace is in other country like Japan, or your birthplace is in Japan, you are a Japanese citizen. So it depends on where you were born. Okay, the place that you was born. You are already a citizen in the place that you are born. A person becomes citizen of states where he is born, irrespectively of a citizenship of the parents. So, for example, if your parents is a Filipino, both Filipino, and you were born in Japan or in the US, the States, you are considered a US citizen, not a Filipino citizen. It depends on the place that you were born. A child born in the Philippines of a foreign parents is a Filipino. So like I said, Filipino. One born in the Philippines of American parents also a Filipino. It's a vice versa. Next, citizen by marriage. Marriage of a Filipino citizen, whether male or female, to an alien spouse does not make Filipino an alien, nor the husband or wife an alien, a Filipino.
I forever said that you love me, but that'll last forever. It's cold outside.
So it means if you are a Filipino and you married with a foreigner, you're still a Filipino, the vice versa. Okay? The Filipino citizenship retained unless by the act of omission of the Filipino renouncing his or her citizenship. So if you are renouncing your citizenship, you can terminate your citizenship. For example, you live long enough from the other country and you are now an American citizen or whatsoever, then and you don't like to become a dual citizen, then you renounce your citizenship as a Filipino. So that's it. Citizenship by legislation. Philippine citizenship may be lost or acquired in the manner provided by law under the general authority of Congress, that is, legislative power is vested in it. Philippine citizenship may be lost or acquired in the manner provided by law. For example, you can law if you are a dual citizen or you only acquired your new citizenship. For example, you are a foreigner here in the Philippines, then you acquired the citizenship of a Filipino, and then there is you are violating the law of the Philippines, your citizenship may terminate your citizenship. Okay? Qualification for Philippine naturalization. So these are the qualification on how to become a Filipino citizen. Under the Section 2 of Revised Naturalization Law, applicant must be possessed the following qualification. He must not be less 21 years of age on the day of the hearing of the petition. So, if you want to become a Filipino citizen, you must be 21 and up. You must have resided in the Philippines for a continuous period of not less than 10 years. So, means if you want to become a Filipino citizen here in the Philippines, you have to live here in the minimum of 10 years. Next, you must be a good moral character and believe in the principle underlying the Philippines Constitution and must have conducted himself in a proper and improachable manner during the entire period of his residence in the Philippines in his relationship with constituted government as well as with the community in which he is living. So it means that you must have no cases, no pending cases if you are applying for the citizenship here in the Philippines. He must own real estates in the Philippines worth not less than 5,000 pesos. So he must own real estate in the Philippines worth not less than 5,000 pesos, Philippine currency, or must have some non-lucrative trade, profession, or lawful occupation. So if you want to become a Filipino citizen here in the Philippines, you must have some lands, some business, or you have a profession that in need in the Philippines. You must be able to speak or write English or Spanish or any one of the principal language. So you must know how to speak English, Spanish, whatsoever, Tagalog, and any other language that speak in the Philippines.
They say that I'm so
He must be enrolled his minor children of school age in any public or private school recognized by the Bureau of Public Schools of the Philippines, where Philippine history, government, and civics are taught or prescribed as part of the school curriculum. During the entire period of the resident in the Philippines required of him prior to the hearing of the petition of naturalization as Philippine citizen. So you must enroll your children, if you have a children, here in the Philippines. Okay? So that is the what we call qualification for Philippine naturalization. So I have a question here. Why should we have a citizenship?
House, but today I drove through the suburbs.
Okay, so I want you to write it on the back of your paper. So why should we have a Philippine? Why should we have a citizenship? So I will read that one by one. Next question.
She's everything I'm in.
Okay, what are the criteria to become a citizen here in the Philippines?
'Cause how could I ever love someone?
Anyone, what are the criteria?
And I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one.
Okay, very good. You must be a natural born citizen. Another.
And how you could be so.
Okay, very good. You must be a Filipino blood. Next.
Guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that.
What is an alien? Anyone? What is an alien?
Now I drive alone past your street.
Okay, very good. An alien is a non-resident of a country that he is residing right now.
Know you the way that I.
Another one.
Day I drove through this.
Okay, very good. A citizen of a country who is residing in or passing through another country. That is an alien.
And I.
Okay, I have here some activity. One sheet of paper. Write A, the answer is just sanguinis, and write B, the answer is just low.
I just can't imagine how you.
5 question. All the paper, picture it and send to me through email. You know my email is if you want to send it to me, the paper, you have to give to your parents and giving it to me here at school. Okay? Next. So for your assignment, what is the greatest citizenship in the whole world? Explain your answer and why. So that is our lesson for today. So thank you for listening. So next time we will tackle another lesson. Bye, and email me your answers, all your answer in this activity, your assignments, your quiz. Okay? Or give it to your mother or your parents and deliver it to the school. Okay? So bye.
Love you, babe.